What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Movie X Kicks, and this is the review of My Hero Academia Hero Rising coming up right after. Yes. If you guys do not know, I am a huge anime lover. You can see over here to the left of me, I have a whole uh, case full of all my different uh, anime. Most of this is Naruto in here that I have, but I'm a huge fan of My Hero Academia. I have also they're right here, all of the seasons so far. So I'm a huge fan of this. But basically, this action movie takes place right at the end of season 4. If you guys can remember from the last movie, think of Tales Two Heroes. That's what it was called. It was kind of in the. It was kind of like in the middle of the third season. So like, only thing I don't like about these movies how they're just kind of like a filler. Like nothing can really actually happen in this movie that will go over into the main season. But that doesn't take away from how good this movie was. The movie basically covers the class of 1A as they are stationed in a southern island of Japan by themselves, where they are basically helping the islanders with any medial tasks. They are the heroes. The island does not have any heroes, and they are basically in training mode before the real things. As we all know, they have their provisional licenses to become straight aid heroes. Now everything is going just fine until a villain by the name of Nine, who has the powers that of All for One. So he can basically steal people's quirks, and he basically has almost 9 different quirks he can steal before he becomes the ultimate weapon. But in order to become the ultimate weapon, he has to absorb a quirk of a child that is on Nabu Island, and the class of 1A and Midoriya, of course, must band together to fight off this villain before he absorbs the child and becomes an ultimate weapon. So that's basically like a general census of the plot of the movie. I did think the movie was incredible. I loved it. It is actually, when I checked the rating on Rotten Tomatoes, it was sitting at like a 77 last week, but now it's gone up to a 91 and a 98 as far as the fans that love the movie. And I went to go see it in 4DX. If you guys have a chance to go see a movie in 4DX, please go see it. I want to go see it here in Atlanta, Georgia, obviously where I live. But the Regal in Atlanta Station has the 4DX. It's a brand new theater. It's kind of got like the roller coaster like seats. Basically, the whole seats move. They spit smoke during some scenes. So 4DX is dope. It's a little more expensive than your average ticket. It's usually about $24. So it is kind of expensive, but it's kind of worth it, especially in certain movies. Like at this, it was showing kind of late, so that was the only reason why I went to 4DX. I really wanted to go to a regular theater and see it, but at the time that it was showing, it was like 10:30 at night, so that was the only theater that was showing it was 4DX. So I had to ante up and just pay that. But the movie itself, I love the movie, even though, like I said, only thing I hate about the movie is that there's nothing that happens in the story that rolls over into the storyline. But the good thing I will say about it is you kind of see how Class 1A is coming together. Of course, Midoriya is kind of the main pro antagonist of this movie, but also, unlike the last movie where you got bits and pieces of the class, like everyone from the class is in this movie. Now, if we remember from the last movie, it was maybe about probably like 6 or 7 other class members that were in there, but the entire class is in this one. They all kind of band together to basically fight the villains. You kind of see how Class 1A is growing as a unit. Not only like they're all getting stronger, and the villains they had to face were no joke. Nine basically, and then the villain Nine was just, he was on a different level. Like I had never seen like a villain like this. And then for the crazy thing I loved about this movie was that the kids, they were by themselves on this island with no help from the pro heroes. So they basically had to fight 3 different enemies, even though it was a class of what, like 15, basically fighting 3 villains. It's still like they still almost couldn't beat them. But it was just such a good story to see how the Class A is growing up, and they're basically thinking outside the box of how to defeat these certain villains that they're fighting. So, and of course, the other big thing that I did like about this movie more is that it focused on how strong Midoriya is getting, and also that Midoriya and Kacchan, they still have that biting civil rivalry that they're both going to be the number one hero, and you start to see why Kacchan is just that dude. Like, he had no fear of facing any of these enemies, just like like he would before. But that's the thing I liked about, like I said, this movie was that you kind of see the growth of Class 1A. Basically, everyone's coming into their own quirks, and it's showing their powers and how to kind of get out of these sticky situations between their here on this island, and basically they are the heroes. Like I said, there are no pro heroes to come help them, and just how they all band together and just basically get the job done. Like, I love this movie. Like, I mean, I loved it way better than the last one. To me, the last one was just kind of like okay, but this one to me was, like I said, I wish the only thing bad about it I can say is that it doesn't roll over into the main storyline. So, but drop me some comments, guys. Let me know if you've seen this My Hero Academia movie. Please let me know what you thought about it. Like I said, I was a huge fan of the movie, and apparently everyone else is. Critics love it and fans love it alike. So, as always, guys, Mr. Movie X6 is out, and I'll holler at you guys later.